Last night, I, 24 male, made what is probably the strangest, most ridiculous, and maybe the dumbest decision of my entire life. It started like this. It was late. The city had that chaotic weekend energy, the kind of energy where music spills out of windows. Strangers laugh too loud on sidewalks, and every corner smells like cigarettes, fast food, and beer. And me? I wasn't just walking around sober. No. I was very, very high. Not a little buzzed, not a casual, relaxed high. I mean the kind of high where your brain won't stop making dumb ideas sound like genius plans. The kind of high where you think, yes, this is smart. This will be legendary. Do it right now. And that's how it all began. There was a house party going on. Not just any house party, but one of those wild, overcrowded, sweaty, chaotic ones. You know the type. Where the living room becomes a dance floor, the kitchen turns into a bar, strangers sit on the roof yelling at passing cars, and people you've never met before suddenly call you bro after 5 minutes of conversation. And to make it even better, it wasn't just a party. It was a costume party. I had my outfit ready. I was going as Jesus. White robe, crown of thorns, messy hippie hair, the full holy look. It was funny. It was over the top. It was perfect. But here's the thing. In my closet, I also had another costume, a full Stormtrooper outfit, helmet, armor, gloves, everything. And instead of leaving it at home, my high brain whispered, wait, why waste it? Why not find an extra person to wear it? Imagine how funny that would be. And once that idea was in my head, there was no turning back, so I stepped outside, into the night air. And right there, sitting on the curb under a flickering streetlight, was the homeless guy from my street. He was always there, old backpack by his side, a worn-out blanket draped over his shoulders, the kind of person most people walk past without even looking at. But me, in that moment, I looked at him and thought, yes, he is the one. He is my Stormtrooper. So I walked up to him, and I asked, without hesitation, hey man, do you want to come to a house party, dressed as a Stormtrooper? He looked at me, like I was insane, and honestly, I don't blame him. But then, slowly, he asked just one thing. Will there be food? I said yes. And alcohol? He asked. I nodded. And just like that, deal closed. So there we were, Jesus and his loyal Stormtrooper, walking together to a house party, like the strangest buddy comedy duo ever written. When we arrived, the reactions were priceless. People cheered, laughed, slapped us on the back. Nobody suspected a thing. To everyone else, he was just another guest in costume. And honestly, he blended in perfectly. He danced a little. He drank a little. Every now and then, I'd spot him carefully lifting his helmet, just enough to sneak food or sip a drink. And in those small moments, I felt something unexpected. I felt proud, like maybe I had actually done something good. I had given him a night of fun, a night of belonging. But of course, if the story ended here, you wouldn't be listening to it, because then, everything went sideways. Here's the problem. There was another Stormtrooper at the party. And not just any guest. This one came with his girlfriend. At some point, in the dark chaos of music and dancing, the girlfriend got confused. Maybe it was the lighting, maybe it was the alcohol, maybe she just wasn't paying attention, but she ended up dancing, grinding, on the wrong Stormtrooper, on my Stormtrooper. And the real boyfriend Stormtrooper? He noticed, and he wasted no time. He stormed across the dance floor, fists clenched. And before anyone could even react, bam! A fight broke out. 2 Stormtroopers throwing punches in the middle of the party, people screaming, people laughing, people recording videos. It was like a low-budget Star Wars fight, but drunk. And here's the crazy part. Nobody agrees on what happened. Some people swear the real Stormtrooper won, and my homeless Stormtrooper ran away. Others insist my Stormtrooper actually fought back, maybe even won, and then ran away. But everyone agrees on one thing. One Stormtrooper vanished into the night, and with him went my entire costume. Helmet, armor, gloves, Everything. Later, that night, I stood there drunk, confused, laughing, but also a little sad, because I knew that was probably the last time I would ever see that costume, and I really liked that costume. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't easy to replace. But thanks to my brilliant high, this is a genius idea brain. Now somewhere out there, a homeless stormtrooper was wandering the streets, and I couldn't stop imagining it. A lone stormtrooper, walking down dark alleys, sitting at bus stops, sleeping under bridges, still wearing the armor of the Empire, TLDR. I invited a homeless man to a costume party, dressed him as a stormtrooper. He got into a fight and vanished with my costume. And to this day, whenever I see someone on the street, a tiny part of me wonders, what if that's still my stormtrooper?